Hey everyone, my name is Miguel, and today we're going to be talking about Perplexity. So, before we talk about Perplexity, it's really important that I show you one precise keyword that you are hearing around in the AI space very often, which is GPT Wrapper. Now, how am I going to explain that to you? Here on the left, we have OpenAI ChatGPT, so it's a body with the brain inside of it. And here on the right, we have Perplexity. What is the difference between these two robots? Here on the left, OpenAI is both the owner of the brain and the body, meaning is the owner of the GPT model that's powering the application and also the application itself, ChatGPT. Here on the right, we have Perplexity. Fun fact, Perplexity did not own the brain that was powering its application when it started. What does that mean? It means that it was a GPT wrapper. They did not own the brain. They were only using another company's brain, and they just built a body for it, which is now known as Perplexity. A lot of people criticize this type of application. They say that you cannot bring value if you're a GPT wrapper, but today I'm going to show you otherwise. Now, Perplexity was the first application that was connected to the internet, as in an LLM connected to the internet, being able to search the web for information, which was a massive breakthrough at the time. In fact, it's still one of the biggest GPT wrappers out there, one of the biggest startups to have been created since the beginning of the AI race. Now, Perplexity has the basic search mode, which is right here on the left, search. You can do other types of searches with Perplexity. So as I've shown you before, you can do deep research. That means that you're able to generate entire reports for market analysis, for market intelligence, prospection, tutorials, everything that you want, really. Here, I will show you one example of a report that I actually generated just today. I am very interested in the WhatsApp market in Brazil. And what I did was I used deep research functionality to find all of the evolution of the WhatsApp market in Brazil since the last few years. Now, you might tell yourself, hey, but how do I know that all of this is correct? Well, that's what's great about Perplexity and also deep research. You get the sources right at the end. In fact, you can also change the type of sources that you get. So here, when you go on the homepage and you click on this button, you can search either on social media, in academic papers, or on the SEC filings if you're an American citizen. You can mix and match, so you can choose both social and academic, or you can choose only the web. Personally, I mainly use the web, social, and academic. If you use the web, you can find the latest trends on social media, which is incredibly useful for marketing. Now, you cannot only just generate reports using Perplexity. Another feature that's extremely helpful used to be called Labs, but now it actually changed its name and it's this one, Create Files and Apps. Now, what does that mean for you? It means that on top of just generating reports, you can actually generate dashboards, interactive dashboards inside of Perplexity for any type of market intelligence that you want. As you can see, I am taking the same example as before. So just WhatsApp marketing in Brazil. And now I have an entire dashboard created for myself where I can actually interact with the data, which is a huge improvement in terms of user experience. I can even ask Perplexity to modify this dashboard if I find that the data visualization is not good enough for me. Now, those are the three biggest functionalities of Perplexity. But on top of that, it also behaves as a kind of news dashboard. What do I mean by that? If you go here on the left, you will have options such as finance, you will have options such as academic. So you can do a very precise type of research or just look at the trending topics per subject that interests you. Now, on top of that, there's also the spaces functionality. What are spaces? Spaces is pretty much just the equivalent to ChatGPT's custom GPT functionality, meaning that here you can create a space, which is just going to be a quote unquote custom perplexity, where you can treat one precise use case. So here in, for example, you can treat LLM research, and there is a fantastic example created by Perplexity on how you can actually learn how to use Perplexity by using Perplexity, which I find amazing. Now, one very important thing that you must also know, as I always do with this type of applications, is the fact that once you go into your account and you click on preferences, you will see this AI data retention option right here on the bottom. What does that mean? It means that Perplexity is keeping your data. So if you see this turn on, turn it off if you don't believe in Perplexity's mission. It's also just a matter of data privacy. Knowing where your data is going is something that is super important, even more so now in this day and age of AI. So I highly recommend you do your due diligence, or you use AI to do the due diligence and actually decide whether you turn this on or off. Another feature that's also super useful by Perplexity, if you know that you want to generate reports every week, every month, every Friday, you can actually set up tasks. Now, tasks is literally just the same prompt being sent to Perplexity on a given time. So either weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, etc. So you can set up a new task right here. It will ask you when do you want to set it up, and you can also get notifications via email, which is super helpful and super convenient for you. Now, there's also the personalization function. I personally don't use it because I find that it kind of induces some biases in the research that I'm doing, but some people prefer it. So Perplexity does allow you to run personalization just like ChatGPT does. Now, Perplexity is a super helpful AI tool, as you can see. It's not because you are a GPT wrapper that you cannot bring value. In fact, Perplexity is still one of my favorite tools out there, next to Gemini and Claude. You can use this tool for a lot of use cases, such as sales, marketing, and honestly, the sky is the limit. Now, this is everything that you need to know about Perplexity. Keep tuning on to my videos so you can stay up to date with the latest AI news. See you on the next video. Bye.